On June 2nd, 1994, the day after my mom's birthday, my 18-year-old brother, Marlon, was murdered. He was 6 years older than I was, and we called him Pee-wee. As a young girl, I remember being amazed at the talent he possessed for drawing. I can recall walking around in my granny's house and finding his drawings on the table, under the table, on the wall in his room. His drawings were everywhere. He worked on plain white paper with number 2 pencils, and sometimes he drew comic book characters, sometimes typography, and sometimes, y'all, I had no idea what he was drawing. I wondered what worlds would have opened themselves and welcomed him. What if he had not been shot by one of his peers on the street? What if he had been able to fully explore his talent? My family and I only have ideas about who he would have become. Maybe a world-famous artist. Or lately, I wonder if he would have found success in a different creative industry. Years later, in college, I was introduced to the idea of Kuumba. It's a Swahili word that means creativity, but in the celebration of Kwanzaa, it's a principle that teaches us that we should always, always do as much as we can in such a way that we leave our community more beautiful and more beneficial than it was when we inherited it. And I inherited the community that murdered my brother. What could I do to make that place more beautiful and more beneficial? Well, I founded an organization, Kuumba Community Arts, to create a safe space for students like Pee-wee. You know, the creative ones, the students who don't play in a band and who don't play sports, where I could be intentional about introducing students of color to careers in design and advertising, because honestly, careers in the creative industries somehow evade us. There's no shortage of research and editorials that speak to both the gender and the racial discrimination that plague the design and ad industries. According to 2015 data from the US Department of Labor, only 3.5% of all designers are African American. And that number is down from 5.4% in 2013. And these dismal numbers, they come years after the industry has tried to recruit a more diverse group of college students. Maybe the solution is to start earlier. What if we began to immerse high school students in the design and ad industries? And what if they were taught by design professionals how to conduct an initial client meeting to discover their clients' needs, how to write creative briefs, how to create, present, and sometimes represent final designs to their clients, all while learning to be confident in their abilities and the dollar value of their work. And what if we connected them to local and regional colleges and universities? And all of this was supported by agencies and individuals who believe in the value of a diverse design workforce. It would look like Kiana, a 16-year-old high school junior who has used her understanding of graphic design to create custom sneakers. It would look like Alyssa, a 17-year-old high school senior who wants to found a global nonprofit to introduce young people to the principles of entrepreneurship. it would look like Shay. A 17-year-old high school senior who, without this kind of creative opportunity, says, and these are her words, "I'd probably be at home wasting away and failing all of my classes." Shay has done design for our local NPR affiliate, and during her Christmas break, she completed a 3-week paid design internship. All 3 of these young women are students of the Teen Design Academy I run at Kuumba Community Arts, where we cultivate young, Black design leaders. They learn their power as designers to both reflect, but also to create culture, to tackle through visual communications, design thinking, and problem solving the many issues and challenges that plague our society. They become powerful change agents, and through design, they redesign the world. So the funny thing is, I'm not a designer. I didn't wake up one morning with the plans to see more students like Shay pursuing careers in design and advertising. I do grieve the loss of my brother's life. I do love and assume responsibility for our community, and I make it more beautiful and more beneficial by creating the safe space I wish my brother had, by investing in young people the way I wish someone had invested in Pee-wee. And this is my call to Kuumba. But the truth is, we have all, each and every one of us, inherited a community, a cause, an idea, a place for which we can and should assume responsibility. When we Kuumba together, we have the power to not only transform an industry, but our local communities, our cities, our states, and even the world. We must commit ourselves to doing the hard work and the heart work to make our inheritance more beautiful and more beneficial for those who will come behind us. Thank you.